Hey everybody, Drew here for Drew Games here on YouTube.com. Coming at you with not an episode of the Drew Games podcast as it is Saturday, which I normally don't do things like this. But I guess you could pretend that it's a mini episode of the gaming podcast, as we normally have done in the past, some gaming news on it. Well, this is just a news brief. Only two things to talk about. Skyrim Anniversary Edition, and a rumor going around about Halo Infinite, which seems pretty legit to me at this point. But before I get into any of that, Desert Nord is here for the first time, I think, on a news brief on the channel, right?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Because I would have remembered if you were on like the previous ones talking about like Dragon Age Inquisition or the very first one when I talked about Republic Commando going to PlayStation 4 but not getting a new port to Xbox One at the time.
Yeah.
Only because Republic Commando was already reverse compatible on it from the original Xbox.
Yep.
So, but with that being said, what do you want to start with first, Skyrim or Halo?
Well, Halo, I guess.
Well, according to Spawnwave, seems like Halo's getting delayed again.
Yeah, which is really gonna make fans mad again.
Yeah.
And they've been dragging ass on that game forever now.
And as Spawnwave was reporting, there's features that are missing from Halo Infinite that have been in other Halo games. What those are, I'm not sure, but if there's stuff missing, I can only imagine that one of them would be like co-op in general, except for that wasn't even in Halo 5.
Yeah.
Which split screen co-op has been a part of Halo for like ever.
Yeah, since like the early days.
Since the first game. Since Combat Evolved. So if it is indeed getting delayed, and like I said, take it with a grain of salt, it's a rumor. It's not confirmed in any way, but by Xbox or the developer, as far as I know.
Surprise situations.
Yeah, but if it gets delayed, what's left for the end of 2021 then is my question.
Not a lot.
Off the top of my head, WWE 2K22.
Yeah.
Which is basically nothing.
We all know problems with that too.
Well, everything's pointing to it's looking a hell of a lot better than 20, but that's not hard to do. Just breathe and you'll be better than 20.
Yeah, again, standard is so low.
Yeah, that
they brought it to the basement.
Which is exactly where Madden is right now.
Oh yeah.
And I don't see it coming out of the basement with Madden, but back to Halo. If this is true and it does get delayed, the question is when. Because first of all, they never even gave us a release date. So how is it even getting delayed?
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I guess they're just gonna come out and say, "Oh, it won't be this year at all."
Yeah, that's the only way that it could be considered a delay, because they did say it was coming out by holiday this year. Well, if that's not the case, so when's it coming? March now?
Yeah, so their new delay would be like, oh, well, definitely next year sometime.
Next holiday, same time as Starfield? I don't think you're going to want that, Microsoft.
That's a pretty massive shift in the date, by the way.
Yeah, because it was originally supposed to come out at launch of the Series X.
It makes me wonder why they would even project this holiday season if they're not even that close. they botched it to begin with the release date.
Yeah.
Or the release window, we'll say. It wasn't even a date.
Yeah, so this isn't the first delay. I think we can safely say now that if this winds up becoming official, or should it, or once it does, then Halo is in development hell at that point. Same place that Cyberpunk and Mass Effect Andromeda wound up getting released from. And look how those turned out.
Yeah, so, huge problem.
So therefore, if it gets delayed and doesn't actually release this December, my expectation for Halo Infinite goes down to where the releases of those games turned out to be. Which means that Halo Infinite, for my expectations, it's going to be a catastrophe.
Yeah.
Speaking of catastrophes, or rather not listening to your fan base, unless you have anything else about Halo, and its potential delay coming.
I was only expecting positive news from that until, I've heard that rumor.
Yeah.
But it's not good. So.
But this next thing is actually confirmed completely by Bethesda as a thing.
Yeah.
Halo Anniversary Edition. As we all know, Skyrim Anniversary Edition. Halo Anniversary Edition would probably be a good thing at this point.
Yeah. Well.
But Skyrim Anniversary Edition, meaning it's getting another port. Bethesda is devoting more time, people, and resources to that instead of getting Starfield out in the best condition as quickly as possible so they can finally get to the game that we all want, Elder Scrolls 6. The longer that Bethesda does this stupid port of Skyrim to absolutely everything that exists except for one problem. Since it's coming to PS4 and Xbox Series consoles, once again, here's the dead horse to beat again. No one can get their hands on those systems, Bethesda, which means you're bringing Skyrim to a platform where almost nobody's going to be playing it. People are going to continue playing it, if they are still playing Skyrim at this point, on the platforms they already have it for. Or should I say the platforms they already have that it's on. Regardless if that's Xbox 360, PS3 can probably be written off because that was broken from the very beginning. PS4, Xbox One, PC by way of Steam, the Nintendo Switch behind me, or, God forbid, on your Alexa. That's where people are. Those are the platforms people have. That's where people are going to be playing Skyrim. No one's going to be buying at launch, at least as far as it stands right now, Skyrim Anniversary Edition for PS5 or Xbox Series X. The further downside of this is that it's also getting a release on Steam. So great, 3 Skyrims on Steam. How fucking nice.
Mm-hmm.
Bro?
Yeah, I don't know really what they're thinking. Aside from...
They think...
just money grabbing again.
Except for they're kind of missing because of the platform that it's coming to. The platforms that no one can get their hands on. So if they're grabbing money that they think is there, but it's actually not there because the retailers refuse to sell the systems to actual customers who are going to buy Skyrim for it.
Yeah.
So with that being said, the only thing left I could say to you, Bethesda, Todd Howard, and Pete Hines is, you guys are out of touch with your fan base. Nobody's asking for Skyrim on next-gen systems. What we're asking for is for Starfield to come out, and even more so, getting that out as soon as you can, so you can finally get around to actually making the game that we have been asking for years now, Elder Scrolls 6. Because that's what we actually want right now. Because as you guys are doing in your advertisement for Skyrim Anniversary Edition, it's been 10 years, just about, since Skyrim came out, November 11th, 2011. It's August 21st, 2021 right now, and at the time of the recording, 7:03 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's time to move on from Skyrim, guys. And I'm not talking about to my fellow gamers. I'm talking directly to Bethesda here. It's time to move on from fucking Skyrim. Devote all resources to Starfield. Get that thing made. Get that onto next gen only, which clearly it's going. And then get to Skyrim. Or, sorry, get to Elder Scrolls 6, I mean. Nord?
Yep.
Anything to add?
Yeah, I really wish that Todd Howard and the guys that keep putting out new Elder Scrolls content, which this isn't new.
No,
this is just
not.
Another reselling of Skyrim, as I joked about before. Like,
Yeah.
how many times is Todd Howard actually going to resell the same game? It's like number 4 now. Like,
Okay.
first he made the game, then sold that. Then he made what was it, DLC and expansions, and then they had modded versions, and then they had collector's edition, and then they moved on to, what was that other one, remastered?
Well, there was the original launch in 2011, then there was Legendary Edition, which bundled all DLC for it for PS3 and PS4 and on Steam, I believe. And then when the next-gen systems were out for a couple of years, they re-released it as Legendary Edition with like some graphical upgrades and whatnot, but that was the only new thing. And then they released it on Switch, which I understand.
Yeah.
Because it's never been on a Nintendo platform before. But I don't understand on Alexa or any platform like that. But speaking of Anniversary Edition, I actually have details on the screen in front of me here, so now. And I'll just read it off to you guys, and to you, Nord, as well. So, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition is a 2021 remastered version of the 2011 game. Yeah, we know. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, the fifth installment of the Elder Scrolls series, yeah, it will be released for PC. God help us with the rest of these platforms. Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. So it's coming to all platforms then, except for the Switch. What the fuck's the point then? What new shit is gonna be on the Xbox One and PS4 version?
Yep.
And it will be coming out November 11th, 2011. So 10 years to the fucking day. Okay. Slap across the face to all Elder Scrolls fans who actually are holding out hope that there will actually be an Elder Scrolls 6 in our fucking lifetimes, Bethesda.
Yep.
Anniversary Edition contains a copy of Special Edition, as well as the expansions of Dawnguard, Heartfire, Dragonborn. Oh, you're so fucking generous, Bethesda. The Anniversary Edition also includes 74 Creation Club mods.
Yep.
All 48 current available ones plus 26 unreleased ones, adding up to the amount of 500 new gameplay elements to Skyrim. So all this is releasing Creation Club content for free then, for current gen systems then, if effectively, unless the Anniversary Edition, meaning it's only on next gen, and I don't think that's the case. Because as it says here, Anniversary Edition is coming out for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 as well. So if you were to strip that content out of the current gen version, there's going to be no reason for anyone to buy this on current gen hardware, which is where the most gamers are. If I'm reading that correctly, and I'm pretty sure I'm not, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're reading, so.
Well, it's an article from the website is called the Elder Scrolls World. So,
okay.
So it's basically a fan site for the Elder Scrolls universe. But there's more to this. Unlike Special Edition, the Anniversary Edition will not be offered as a free upgrade to any existing players. However, current owners of Special Edition on all platforms will receive 3 free pieces of Creation Club content, fishing survival mode, and even new quests with Saints and Sorcerers. Additionally, current owners of the Special Edition for Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 will receive a free upgrade to the enhanced version of the Anniversary Edition. Confirmation needed, obviously, on November 11th. So yeah, that's basically the genuine article here. That's the information about Elder Scrolls Anniversary Edition. A bunch of free Creation Club content if you're buying it outright. Is it worth it? Which is a shameless plug to another series here on this channel called Is It Worth It? Is it worth it to buy Elder Scrolls Anniversary Edition? It only depends on how much it's going to be. Because if they're re-releasing it for $60 or more on next gen hardware, I say it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, the only price I see on this article is 40 pounds. So that's obviously pound sterling. I'm not sure what that translates to dollars.
What does it say?
How
many pounds?
40 pounds.
That would be $54.
So that's basically going to be $60.
Yeah, about $54.50.
Yeah, so then it should just be rounded up to $60, which means that in Europe, they're getting the better deal for it, but not by much. So, with that being said, expect it to be $60, guys, for Xbox One and PS4, which means that for me, it's not going to be worth it. Why? Because I have a physical copy of it for Xbox One and the digital copy for it, and I have it on digitally on Steam. Well, everything's digital on Steam, as well as it digitally on the Switch as well. So I've bought Skyrim enough in my fucking lifetime. I have to draw the line fucking somewhere, and I choose to draw it here. But knowing me, it's going to be hard to resist. Just to find out exactly what's different. And exactly what the Creation Club shit actually is that they're offering for Anniversary Edition. At that point. However, I will say this. If for some ungodly reason I choose to go against what I'm saying right now and actually decide to buy it, it's only going to be because that price wasn't accurate and it's actually less than that for current gen hardware. So for example, if it's like $40, I'll probably consider it from the word go. But knowing me, I'll probably wind up getting it at some point anyway, just to see what the hell's going on with it, and why they even bother with it, right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on buying it for Xbox One, since now we know it's going to be on current gen hardware too?
Well, I mean, it's certainly more considerable. Easier to consider, that's for sure.
Yeah, especially since it's on hardware that people actually fucking have and can get.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's half the battle, you know?
Yeah, but the other half of the battle is what we said earlier about who the fuck was asking for Anniversary Edition of Skyrim?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the exact same thing that I was asking when Fallout 76 came out. Who in the fuck was asking for an online-only Fallout game? And while I was playing it, I got my answer. One of my friends on Xbox Live was asking for it. So, one person. So who was asking for Skyrim Special Edition? Probably that same one person. One of my friends on Xbox Live, probably. Because I know I didn't want another port to Skyrim. I still don't. I want them to get Starfield out so they can get out of the way so they can move on to Elder Scrolls 6. So I can see if my gaming laptop hopefully can run Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. You know what I mean, Nord?
Yep. I know exactly what you mean.
Because that's the only place that I'm going to be able to play it at this point, because retailers and Sony and Microsoft don't give a fuck that you can't get a PS5 and a Series X at all. Seemingly.
Weird. They don't seem to care about their own bread and butter. Like, they don't make money off of the consoles. They make money off the games. But no one can play the games if no one can get a console.
And they also make money off of the subscription services like PlayStation Plus, Xbox Game Pass, and Xbox Live.
And maybe saying no one is a bit of a hyperbole, but
yeah,
the amount sold shows that they aren't reaching the majority of the gaming audience.
No, they're not.
They are missing most of their market.
Yeah.
That thing should have sold tens of millions, if not 100 million consoles by now.
Yeah, but because retailers are all...
Has it?
Yeah, because retailers are on their have to order it online only click because we don't want anyone to blah 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 blah, blah COVID situation. All that's doing is screwing over Sony and Microsoft and basically any developer who releases a system on next gen only. Which means retailers are basically killing the next generation even before it really even gets off the ground with their business decisions of how to sell shit. Nord?
Yep.
25-minute episode of a news brief. But then again, you had to expect a rant because it's Skyrim getting ported to another platform. And a platform that isn't available. And also getting a re-release also on hardware we already got. And on the hardware that some of us, and I'm looking at you, Nord, already have Skyrim Special Edition for.
Yep.
Twice, in my case. Physically and digitally. And also Switch, but that's not getting the new thing. Fortunately, at this point. Because if it comes out for the Switch as well, then I'm going to go, there is no point to that, because the Special Edition is already there.
Yep.
But that's all I have to say about Halo, Skyrim, Anniversary Edition.
The thing about me and Skyrim is,
Yeah.
I've had a good long relationship with Skyrim.
Yeah.
But that time has come and gone for me.
Which means that Nord is one person that isn't going to be getting even Special Edition. He didn't. Right?
Because of that game again.
Yeah. The only
Not because I don't love it, but because its time has come and gone.
Yeah.
And they should know better than to try and jam the same game down my throat 5 times.
The only upside to Special Edition on Xbox is that you can play with mods. That's the only reason to get it, as far as I'm concerned. To experience modding it. And honestly, Nord, you are missing out on something interesting there. Like playing Skyrim like in new ways, like with alternate start to like play like your own adventure within the game. Instead of just being the Dragonborn. You could be just another Nord if you want. With mods. So
Yep.
But with
I know all about mods. I mean that goes with any top-notch game. They always make mods for the most favorite games of gamers.
Yeah.
But mods are not going to keep me around a game that I've played the inside and out of 500 times.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they add some thickness to the story and all that, but they don't. And they not even change the character of the game, sure. But I don't think that's ever been the intention. You're supposed to get a story, a gameplay experience, an understanding of maybe yourself, and then move on.
Yeah.
And if all it was mindless, time wasting or escapism, that's fine too. But I think if that is the way people play, then I would say that's unfortunate.
With how long this is going, I think we're better off just calling this just a bonus episode of the Drew That Games podcast at this point.
No, whatever.
Because it's like going to be over 30 minutes by the time we've wrapped it up.
Yeah. Well, in any case, I don't need to drone on. I just, explaining why I love the game and why I don't want to play it anymore.
Yeah. Well, I do want to keep playing it on my PC because of all the PC mods, and that's always changing. So for me, the game actually never ends on PC. It has ended a long time ago on Xbox for me.
Yeah.
Same thing goes for Fallout 4 at this point.
And I'm not a PC gamer, so that's part of the problem, probably.
You're probably, but it is what it is. So with that being said, this was intended to be a news brief, but it can't be brief when it's over 30 minutes long. So we're just gonna call this a bonus episode of the Drew That Games podcast. So bonus episode number 1 at this point. So I guess episode number whatever, part number 2, I guess, of the last episode of the gaming podcast, or whatever I wind up deciding on, of what series of videos that this is going to fit into. But that being said, whatever this actually is, other than a rant and talking about Halo and Bethesda releasing Skyrim again, thank you for tuning in, everyone. Let's just go through the ending podcast outro, because that's essentially what this has turned into. So what are you going to be up to after this?
Well, I'm playing it tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to probably get something to eat and go back to Mass Effect Legendary Edition. As in Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, I did reach a bit of a milestone yesterday.
What was that?
I finally completed the last public dungeon boss.
Good.
So I've killed them all.
Does that mean you're gonna play something else?
Well, no, I still have to do the veteran group dungeons and stuff.
Well, either way, that's what we got planned.
And I do still have to do Vardenfall, because I haven't done that yet.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So with that, yeah, everybody, sorry, I woke up right before we started filming this thing. That's what we got planned for the evening at this point. With that being said, we'll see you guys definitely on Wednesday for the review of Gamescom 2021 and the Xbox event the day before as well. For the official episode of the DDG podcast.
Yep.
This, yeah, fuck it. This is just gonna be the longest episode of the DDG news ever at this point. Because normally the news briefs have been like 9-10 minutes. This is over 30, so. That being said, everyone, I will see you in the next video. Regardless if that's a reaction to something old from Tom McDonald at this point, which I have been thinking about doing, which that will be over on the entertainment channel of called Drew Dat Entertainment, or DDE if you will. What of that? I'm probably just gonna try to do like his second oldest video, because some people on YouTube have been jumping into Tom's older stuff in chronological order, and they say old stuff, yet his first video on his channel is a video called Wannabe, which I reacted to on the entertainment channel. So people aren't actually going back to his old stuff. They think they are, but they're not going back far enough. I'm actually going back to the beginning. I'm actually going all the way down to the bottom of the rabbit hole of Tom McDonald. Because I want to. Because I want to see where he started and how we got to where he is now. With his videos and his music. So therefore, effectively, before and during Nova Rockefeller's editing of his videos, to see the difference. But talking about that stuff should be for the DDE podcast at some point in the future. With that being said, everyone, hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel for content like this. We're still at 235 subscribers, so it's up to you guys to subscribe to make the channel grow. All I can do is put videos out for you guys to check out. It's up to you to hit the red button. No one can tell you to do it or not. It's your choice to make, guys. Later.
Later, guys.